Hi everybody, I'm Kathrine Switzer, and I wish I could be there to celebrate the launch of the 25th anniversary of the Austrian Women's Run with you in person. But I'm sending you greetings from Wellington, New Zealand, on the other side of the world. You know, it's not only the 25th anniversary of the Austrian Women's Run, this is a really exciting year. It's the 45th and the 40th anniversary of other events that have helped make this wonderful Austrian event happen. You know, it's hard for me to imagine, but 45 years ago, I was the first woman to enter the Boston Marathon. You all know that story about how the race director was so angry that I was a woman in his race, he attacked me and tried to throw me out of the race. Thanks to my friends, I finished anyway. And I wasn't angry, but I was convinced, and other women were also, that women should be official in marathons and in Boston. 5 years later, in April of 1972, women were official in the Boston Marathon. We had to run the men's qualifying time, but what a race it was, 40 years ago. You know, I finished third in that race. My friend Nina Cusick finished first. There was so much media attention about women in the marathon because it opened global doors for acceptance of women in long-distance running. After that Boston Marathon, there was such huge interest in women's running that a sponsor came to Fred Lebo, the director of the New York City Marathon, and Nina Cusick and me, because we were the best runners in New York then, to create a women's-only race to launch a women's product. It was called Crazy Legs. And what an exciting race that was in 1972, June the 3rd, the same day as the Austrian Women's Run this year. You know, somebody else who was inspired by that race, because it created avenues, opened doors for women's road racing around the world, was Ilse Dittmann. She ran that race in New York City, and she came back to Austria and she said, hey, you know, we can organize this race also in Vienna. And here we are, 25 years later. Who would imagine that this is now the biggest women's run in continental Europe? And it's more than that. It's an event that creates a forum for elite, talented, and even developing runners to have a world-class competitive environment, but maybe more importantly, for hundreds of thousands of women over the last 25 years who've had a sense of self-esteem, accomplishment, and confidence from this race, maybe giving them the empowerment that they'd never had before in their lives. These are women of all ages and all sizes, all abilities. And this is a great day for them and a great anniversary. So I congratulate all of you. I'm going to be with you in person on June the 3rd, yes, running again, and celebrating something that I said many years ago to you all that's so important. And it's not just about running, and it's not just about fitness. It's really about changing women's lives. Thank you. See you on June the 3rd.